do. They both love to move forward. Guyaux in particular on the ad side. She likes to hit down and come in, but she can get caught in transition like that.
30 love.
And Molenveld has tremendous reach at the net. She has very long arms and good reach, and she can cover a lot of the court.
$30-15.
Nice lob down the line by Guyaux.
$30 all.
Lucky let cord. It helps.
So frustrating it is the server when you get a good deep serve in, or you think it's a good deep serve, and then a let cord beats you.
All four players are still feeling their way in the match. So it's that heavy return from Molenveld. We've got Alison Morgan now on the ad side. No panic. That was wide. Molenveld called it on herself.
40-30.
Yeah, one of the things that Charlotte Sikora was telling me was that they're both comfortable playing both sides, so it doesn't really matter if they get switched around in a transition.
Oof, football called.
Deuce.
I like that they're taking this time between these points and just talking and nice spot. That's a little bit of the problem with Molenveld when she can reach, but you make a reaching error like that. I mean, even though she's got a wingspan of a 747.
And on that one, she likes to really close tight, which is fine, but then she doesn't have time to react.
Deuce.
Yeah. A lot of volleys flying long.
Sikora just gave that a little poke. She couldn't keep it in. Tough service game to lose for Alison Morgan.
They lead 3 games to love, first set.
Yeah, so far Guyaux and Molenveld look very comfortable.
Yeah,
They're
they
dictating the play. They seem like they have a strategy. You saw Guyaux then working the ad side over. She saw the slide, the opening, and got an error. Ooh, nice return of serve. Alison Morgan.
15.
I think it may be starting to rain here, which could, I feel it, which could change the complexion of this match.
Love 30.
All right, here's a chance here. Love 30. Molenveld serving.
Love 40.
I mean, Morgan Sikora would feel good to get
Yeah.
on the board. Good pressure by Morgan coming
And
in
Morgan
behind
Sikora.
that heavy
Guyaux,
dipping
Molenveld
return.
lead 3 games to
Toughest
1,
volley,
first
right,
set.
Yep.
Lauren? That first volley?
Especially when you see someone coming. That's sometimes just makes you miss the volley, and the person coming in doesn't actually have to do anything but stand there.
All
Because
right,
you look
one,
at that person.
Sorry, 1-3. Nice serve out wide.
Love. All.
Got to try to get that first volley above the level of the net.
Get a score from one of the other quarterfinals. Carrie Delmonico and Lauren Gebby are up 5-2 against Sue Tarzian and Kelly Brown Cobbs.
Play a lead, please.
The
Sorry,
ball
I
came on
can't
from
have
the other
that.
court.
There's a monarch floating around the court. I know. I don't want to.
It wasn't a ball, it was a butterfly.
15 all. Well, he's hopefully. Keep going, buddy. Sorry. Okay. Hopefully.
I think that's a first.
A butterfly let?
Yeah.
Good pickup.
Nice hands by Molenveld. Let's take a look at Alison Morgan's overhead there. See how she's setting her paddle at shoulder height. She's letting the ball drop down to her paddle. And that's what allows her to keep that ball deep in the court. It's really about placement because the lobs are pulling her way out of the service box. And if she
30,
reaches
15.
up, she'll end up hitting that ball too short in the service box, giving her opponents an opportunity to attack and put it at her feet. So it's a must-have overhead. You see a lot these days, the roller and the cutter and
40, 15.
the spin overheads, but you can really, only hit those when you're closer to the net. When you're pushed out of the service box, you need to have that control and placement overhead. Alison Morgan did a good job.
40, 30.
Good serve.
All right, well,
Game
that's a
Morgan,
good hold.
Sikora. Guyaux, Molenveld lead 3 games to 2, first set.
I mean, you got 4 fit, racket-skilled players on the court. It's going to come down to, who shows up, who can control the nerves, and what the tactics are. And right now, I can't really see a consistent tactic.
Well, it's also, Morgan and Sikora are figuring each other out, right? So they're starting, every game here, they look more and more comfortable. So let's see if Guyaux and Molenveld now, who were cruising, can pick it up now that their
Love 15.
opponents have gotten it together.
15 all.
That's Molenveld. You can see her changing her grip and hitting that heavy roller. And now she's out of the service box and she lets the ball drop.
She just
15-30.
misjudged that?
Yeah, I think the ball caught the top
Did
of the net.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
All.
Molenveld, Guyaux doing a good job not hitting anything fast and short. They're really not letting Morgan Sikora drive at all.
All is correct. 30-40. Deuce.
Sikora's making a few errors. See if she can clean that up.
Advantage, Guyaux. Molenveld.
I'd like to see Morgan step in and hit a few. Nice volley by Guyaux.
She does that very well
And
when people
Guyaux,
come in. She can
Molenveld,
volley
they lead
behind
4
them
games to 2.
and
First set.
She gets low.
low.
She really
And
gets
stays
low.
square.
Yep, keeps that her paddle up.
That was a big game for Guyaux Molenveld, I think.
You see Morgan pick up her back foot there. She doesn't. She's a little shaky right now. She needs to take a couple of deep
Love
breaths.
15.
They both are, Morgan and Sikora, both a little unsure, I think, of what they want to be doing.
Brilliant pressure by Molenveld. Boy, she closes well.
Love 30.
And she knows that Guyaux is looking to bring that ball down, so she just leaves early.
Love 40.
Yep, Guyaux Molenveld are firing on all cylinders right now.
Morgan staying back. That takes away the pressure.
Smart play, right?
I think so.
You're just not getting
15,
into the
40.
point. You're not comfortable.
When you're playing against two big returners, and they're just hitting winners or hitting the ball low, and then their partner's poaching, you have to try to do something different.
Okay.
And it takes the target away.
Now they're in the point.
But only because she hit a very good low volley.
It's a great angle. Look at Morgan's paddle set at her shoulder. See, Sikora takes it at a higher point, but she's got soft hands. Guyaux Molenveld are lobbing really well.
They're doing everything well
Yeah,
right
put
now.
up
They're
place.
playing within themselves.
Yeah.
Game Guyaux Molenveld. They lead 5 games to 2.
Not
First
trying to
set.
do too much,
New
doing
ball.
what they do best. It's great if you can do that.
So they're changing the balls. 5-2. All right, Murto Molenveld. Big serve down the middle. So this is a great angle where you can really see the placement of the players both at net and in the back court.
Ball was out.
Just wide. That's a scary angle for Guyaux to go when she's
She
on
likes
that
that
left
volley.
side at net. Yep.
She likes that volley, and Lauren
15.
Gebbia loves that volley. And you don't have a lot of real estate there,
It's
but if
high
you make it,
risk.
it's a tough ball to dig out in the corner.
Now we see Guyaux down low.
Love 30.
Molenveld needs to swing through this serve now.
Love 40.
It's always the hardest part of the game, especially the beginning of the season.
And once you miss a few, it gets in your head. But as a
15,
returner,
40.
what you don't want to do when your opponent is having trouble serving is miss a return. Gives them a whole new lease on life.
Nice spot. Boy, that was a
And
good
Morgan
hold
Sikora.
by Sikora. 3-5.
Guyaux Molenveld lead 5-3. First set.
Okay, so Morgan and Sikora need to pay attention to what just happened. Molenveld's faltered. It's a little bit shaky. So I'd be hitting the next balls to her.
Although, truthfully, I think she's probably just happy now that she's not serving, and she'll play well in this game.
Ball's too low. Hit that shot. Yeah, I always, when I was competing,
Love
I was
15.
always wanted to go after the person that was a little bit shaky in the last point and just test them out. Because sometimes you can get on top of them mentally,
Yeah.
but you're right. You know, Murta loves to hit,
Yeah.
so you've got to be careful what kind of ball you give her so it doesn't
all.
reignite that spark.
I just feel like sometimes with people who lose their rhythm on their serve, they're just so relieved in their not service games that they play well. They can't focus on their own games because they're so
15,
worried about
30.
their serves, but in the other games, they just forget about it.
You see Molenveld just hit a brilliant spot on that drive, got the error.
It's a tough return, too.
15-40.
All right, chance for the first set here. 5:40. Guyaux Molenveld just taking a second.
15-30.
Push Molenveld back because you're falling backwards as she tried to hit that return.
Fault. Game and first set. Guyaux Molenveld. 6-3.
All right, that was a 30-minute fast first set, so we'll see who regroups, and we'll be right back after these commercials on the APTA
Two
Network
minutes.
presented by eNet Live.
The world of Rolex is filled with stories of perpetual excellence. Since 1990, the Solheim Cup has elevated women's golf. Team USA challenges Team Europe, upholding the traditions of sportsmanship and teamwork. As the women's game grows, the Solheim Cup will continue to shape its future. This is a story of perpetual excellence. The story of Rolex.
You can't put wings on a car. You can't see an accident coming or walk away from one like this. You can't make a car talk.
How can I help you?
You can't
All right, welcome back to the APTA's first Grand Prix tournament of the year, and we're at the Franklin Indian Trail Club in Franklin Lakes, women's quarterfinals. About to start the second set. The first set was a feel out, right, Lauren? I say Guyaux Molenveld looked a lot more comfortable in that first set. And we've got some score updates before this second
Kelly,
set
ready?
starts.
Yeah, the top-seeded team of Cynthia Dardis and Amy Shea are down 4-5 to Maria Manley and Pam
Players
Ruoff.
ready, second set.
And Lauren Gebbia and Carrie Delmonico won the first set against Sue Tarzian and Kelly Brown Cobbs and are down 1-2 in the second.
Play.
And now we have Jessica Guyaux serving. No surprise that she's starting the second set and not Molenveld, who wasn't feeling great on her serve in that first set.
Oh,
that
nice
landed
block
in.
by Alison Morgan.
Love 15.
Molenveld could have gotten to that. She stopped because
Yeah.
she thought it was going out.
That was a good shot of a roller. Oh,
15
Guyaux's
all.
coming in wide on her serve to Charlotte Sikora. Let's take a look at that when she serves to her again. Nice touch. That's a deep hit, deep in the court,
30,
hits that side
15.
screen, dies in the back screen.
Yeah, and that all
Perfect
worked 'cause
placement.
she saw Morgan moving over to the middle.
All right, let's take
Yep.
a look at where Jessica's coming in.
Yeah, the middle's open.
Forty, 15.
Morgan is
Game
off
Guyaux,
the net.
Molenveld, they lead one game to love.
She got
Second
caught.
set.
You want to get
Guyaux
right on
Molenveld
top of
won
the
the
net
first
when you
set,
think your
6
opponent
games
is
to 3.
driving.
Feels really good. There's a shot of
Oh, there's the replay, half part of the replay. See if we can do that again. All right, Charlotte Sikora serving. Guyaux just hitting fabulous deep lobs. Backed up by Molenveld, so they're really building the point, looking for that short ball. Very solid point here, Lauren. All four players not taking any risks, not going for too much.
It's not really a shot, right? It's not
Love
a
15.
drive. It's not a lob. It's just kind of floating out.
And she caught her moving to her
Yeah.
right. It's awkward.
Yeah.
First point, love 15. $15 all.
Good hands by Guyaux. I love how she moves forward. She's always looking. Takes that short ball and moves in. That is a scary overhead. She came all the way. It was a great setup, first of all, by Morgan. Lob down the
30-15.
line. Molenveld should have taken that overhead. Guyaux had to come all the way behind her, but the error was where she placed the overhead. She set herself into a chase.
And thank goodness Sikora saw the down the line open, because it was all there for her. She hits a heavy
30
ball,
all.
Mirta. She really does. And
I like where she's putting it,
Yeah,
too. I mean,
that's
she
what I
can
say, she
hit it,
places
but I
it
like
very
the,
well.
yeah, I
Yeah,
like the
it's-
placement of it.
$40-30.
It's one of those let cord serves. When it bounces weird like that, you're better off just throwing up a lob.
Deuce.
that's the one where you got to either really bail or you got to close. And when you get caught in the middle like that, you're toast.
Motors just let me put one here, let me put one there. There's the close.
Advantage, Guyaux, Molenveld.
That's such a wonderful play for Guyaux Molenveld's team.
Game, Guyaux, Molenveld. They lead 2 games to love. Second set.
Okay. Better served by Molenveld.
So
15 love.
Morgan made a good move, but just overhit her next shot, and it gave Molenveld enough time to play it off the screen.
It's the first time we've seen Sikora really take a big swing at the ball.
$15 all.
Good dipping return.
15,
Molenveld
30.
got low, but couldn't come up with the shoestring volley.
Yeah, Molenveld's serve bounces up high, right where
Yes.
Morgan likes to bring it down.
Well, Molenveld has 2 serves. When she's feeling confident, her serve is very different than this serve. This is the
30
I'm
all.
getting the ball in at any cost serve.
Both teams are getting caught a fair bit off the net, having to volley up.
$40-30.
Nice. Let's see where Guyaux's going to go. Stays to the left.
Too big of a reach.
Deuce.
Guyaux knew it.
It was a reach and it was low.
Yeah. The
Takes such
discipline.
discipline. God, you just want to hit everything, especially first tournament. You know, you're ready to go.
well, and once you're like committing yourself to that poach, also It's hard to let go.
Advantage Morgan Sikora. Game Morgan Sikora. Guyaux Molenveld lead 2-1. Second set.
All right, we'd just like to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors. Viking Athletic is the premier brand and the undisputed leader in platform tennis. Viking is platform tennis. The Viking Extra Duty Platform Ball has been the #1 selling ball in the industry for the last 20 years. It is the official ball of the APTA Nationals and President's Cup, and of the Grand Prix Tour. Okay, Alison Morgan has been watching her feet on the service line, on the baseline, since being called for a foot fault.
Yeah, but her bigger problem is
Love 15.
how to keep her opponents from attacking on her serve. She's tried staying back. She's tried coming in.
Yeah, you can't take on Molenveld when she's on top of the net. You're better off just
Lob
throw
30.
up a short lob, any lob when you're in the service box, and get out.
Get out. And Morgan's quick. She can do that.
$15.30.
Morgan and Sikora trying to figure out how to keep the opponents from attacking. Trying eye.
30 all.
Is how APTA Executive Director Ann Sheedy is bringing us some updates.
Yeah, Delmonico Gebbia are now up 6-2, 4-2.
Delmonico Gebbia are the #2 seeds. Well, that was a smarter placed overhead by Guyaux. Then it was almost the same lineup where Sikora lobbed over Molenveld's left shoulder. Got Guyaux to come behind her, but Guyaux put the ball down the middle of the court. Smarter placement. It's that same forehand. Morgan going to the right.
30-40.
I think Guyaux's really good at that, like you pointed out before. She loves to take that ball, as scary as it is when there's not a lot of court, but she's constantly looking for that deuce court player to be 1 or 2 boards over to the middle, and she slides it in behind them.
Game Guyaux Molenveld. They lead 3-1. Second set.
Guyaux Molenveld just very comfortable to me. And Guyaux's been playing for a long time, and I think maybe you and I did that match 2 years ago in Boston when Guyaux was playing with Roxy Anika, and since that tournament, for me, she became a much more savvy,
Love 15.
patient, willing to work more points player, and had some good results. Some excellent results, actually. I mean, she's always been a good player, but she's really a threat.
15 all.
Semi-final, final, and to string a few wins together. And she's lobbing really well today. Nice, deep, moving the ball around. Oh, nice touch.
Nice shot.
15-30.
I don't know. That was up by her right armpit,
15,
left
40.
armpit. Okay, chance here for Morgan Sikora. Again,
30,
that's
40.
Guyaux's forehand volley. She keeps her paddle higher than her wrist and really punch that ball deep. Right back at Morgan.
Guyaux staying back.
All right, there's a break.
Game Morgan Sikora. Guyaux Molenveld lead 3-2. Second
Just get
set.
the feeling, Morgan
ball.
Sikora, if they could string a couple of good plays together
Well,
that
they're
they
having trouble
recognize.
holding, right? So it's hard for them to get any sort of momentum because they're losing their serves. They can't string games together.
But even on the receiving, like they're not quite sure where
Yeah.
their setup play is, if they're going to blitz, if they're going to stay back. I mean, they got a lot of things to figure out, which is exciting. You know, they're going to learn a lot just from this one match. So I just feel from the backcourt, if they had a couple of plays that they could recreate, that'll help their confidence as well. Guyaux Molenveld know what their strengths are as a team. Nice deep lob again by Guyaux. Well placed overheads. Oh, Sikora's
she's-
decided she's going to hit
Yeah.
a few harder
She's-
and see what comes out, but
No, I don't think so.
the risk.
Are you making a call here? Yes, ball was wide.
So Mark Bliss, the
First
chair
point.
umpire, is overruling.
15 love.
He's not making the calls. The players are making their own calls. He's keeping the score, but if he is asked, his
She
call
got it
is
clean. Don't worry
final, and
about
that's what happened
ahead.
right there. But as we were saying, Sikora's really unloaded on a couple of overheads there, and the risk.
15 all.
I think
Of
she's
that.
got to do it. I think she's got to hit a few and see how it goes and mix them up. I mean, that's a good play if you use it sparingly.
15-30.
Yeah, you just have to be willing,
Yeah.
know that you're going to set up your opponents
Yeah.
to be able to give them more driving opportunities off the back screen.
Nice pace by Molenveld. She
15,
got up there.
40.
She didn't rush it. She just hit it soft, and Sikora couldn't control it off the back screen. Oop.
You know, when Guyaux comes out of her shell,
30, 40.
I don't think she plays poker.
You definitely know what she's thinking.
Yep. She is fun to watch. She was part of the committee for the Nationals that was at the Fox Chapel Club in Pittsburgh last year.
There's that indecision in the middle.
Game
They don't know who's
Molenveld.
taking
They
that.
lead 4-2. Second set.
And I'm going to take a look at that replay here of the ball. That was. Could you tell, Lauren?
Well, it was that. I mean, the umpire agreed with the call that it was out, but it did something funny. Like,
Yeah,
why did
it's
it bounce
out.
like that?
Yep. Yep.
I mean, look, you can't argue. She does it
Love
really
15.
well, but I don't know how she makes so many of those. There's just not a lot of room.
I think Sikora has recognized that that's a place where she could aim her lobs to.
Love 30.
Nice move by Morgan.
Love 40.
It's
Game
just
Morgan
pulling straight
Sikora.
down. She's got to keep her head up and got to keep her arm
Guyaux
moving.
Molenveld lead 4-3. Second set. Guyaux Molenveld won the first set 6-3.
So the Indian Trail Club with the 10 courts, Lauren, Mike Gillespie is the director of platform tennis here, and he has done a tremendous job building the program. He's got Anna Brazova as his head pro, and they have 24 teams that they field, and I think 80 juniors in the junior program, but they have teams in the New Jersey states and also in the Bergen County League. So that's that's league matches on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and the men's play on Saturday and Sunday. And they've got King of the Hill, and it's really a fabulous facility with a wonderful program. There's that heavy roller from Myrta Molenveld. She's going at it again.
We have our first quarterfinal winner. Delmonico Gebbia beat Sue Tarzian and Kelly Brown Cobbs 6-2, 6-3. And they will face the winner of this match.
15 love.
I'm sure Carrie Delmonico will be walking over here shortly to take a look at this match.
Well, she played with Guyaux.
Yep.
She's very familiar with both of these games. I mean, they both are. They're all familiar with each
15
other.
all.
No, there will be no surprises, no matter who wins. But I'm sure Carrie will come over and check it out.
Now you can see that's a great angle that shows you the lake here at the Indian Trail Club. They've got tents set out. They're expecting big crowds for this first Grand Prix tournament. We could do some kayaking out there, Lauren. There's Guyaux showing another down up overhead, which just caught Morgan. I mean, the combination of spins, the
15-30.
combination of placements, you're just trying to make your opponents feel uncomfortable.
That's what I was talking about with Sikora's big roller. You know, not to hit it every time, but when you're hitting soft ones and then you hit a hard one, you catch your opponent off balance. Sometimes they'll try to hit it off the deck and they can't handle it. Oh, it's too high of a volley. It'll get you hit.
15-40.
Morgan's got to get off the court. You don't want to be going back. You want to get your feet out of the court. So maybe your opponents will follow you and hit the ball out.
Game Guyaux Molenveld. They lead 5-3. Second set.
Yeah, Guyaux Molenveld just got all the answers today. They look sharper. They look calmer.
Love 15. All.
So the other women's quarterfinal is getting started. Brazova and Igor are playing Noise Takish. What was that?
15-30.
All right, Guyaux 5:30. Up a set. Looking to close this out in straight sets.
30 all.
2 points for a spot into the semifinals. Finals will be played today. Semifinals will be played today with the finals tomorrow at noon. Wow, can we get in a replay of that? Molenveld's heavy roller, nice
40,
and deep
30.
too, kept it low in the back screen.
Do you see how low it stayed? It didn't come up at all.
I think I noticed that.
Yeah.
All right, match point.
Deuce.
That's just
Advantage,
Morgan's
Morgan
favorite
Sikora.
returner serve. It is above her shoulder, hitting straight down at Guyaux's feet as she's coming into net.
Good job by Morgan handling that roller.
Yeah.
Just get
That's right, you got to get out of your own way and then you got to chase it. Smart volley by Molenveld, kept it going. Okay, Morgan likes to pick off that backhand in the middle. Nice
Morgan
spot,
Sikora.
made a reach, and
Guyaux Molenveld lead 5-4. Second set.
one
They-
match point serve,
they-
saved.
Won the first
they
set 6
eked out
3.
there. And we also want to thank another one of our national sponsors, Uline, and they are the leading distributor of shipping, industrial, and packaging materials to businesses throughout North America. They ship over 2.5 million boxes every day, but they are so much more than a box company. More than 32,000 quality products are always in stock and ready to ship. Outstanding customer service means they're here when you need them, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Uline, the best selection, products, and people for an unforgettable customer experience. All right, so Morgan and Sikora serving to try and tie this set up.
Problem is they have to hold now, which has been tough.
Love 15.
You see Molenveld moving in, looking for that first volley. We've got Sikora and Morgan on the opposite side, but there is no panic. Nice touch on the overhead.
Love 30.
2 points from the match.
And again, look at the pressure the receiving
fault.
team is putting on. Ah,
Sorry.
you hate that.
Love 40.
Such a tough time to foot fault.
Game,
Big forehand
set,
by
and match.
Guyaux to
Guyaux,
win the match.
Molenveld. They win 6-3, 6-4.
Yeah, so I just, Morgan and Sikora, I think they'll be a little disappointed, but they've got a lot of stuff to work on, which makes it exciting, and they'll still go on and play another round, so they'll get some court time together. They'll have a lot of upside. They just have to figure out where their strengths are and get a little bit sharper. With that, they made a lot of unforced errors. For me, Guyaux and Molenveld look really good. They look
That'll be a
comfortable.
good match against Monaco Gebbia. A
Yeah.
really good match.
They look comfortable. They lobbed really well. They moved the ball around. They had their opponents out of the service box, and Molenveld was hitting that heavy roller. Guyaux volleys and moves so well. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting matchup. And we're going to take a break. We are going to be back with the women's semifinals. We'll post the time as soon as they let us know. But thanks, Lauren.
Thanks, Jerry.
And we'll see you for the semi. There's a quick look at the draw. We're still waiting for Data Shea Manley Ruoff. And like I said, Noise Takish, after playing 2 3-set matches, pushed back that quarter. So they're just early in the first set against Brazova and Annika. So we will be right back with the women's semifinals. We'll post it on the screen. That's it from the APTA Network, presented by eNet Live.